Hey everybody, this is Melissa with the 5 Waiting Wombs, and I am so excited to be a part of this channel. I first came across 5 Waiting Wombs when I joined YouTube back in March 2010, and I found this channel and subscribed to it immediately. I've always found the 5 Waiting Wombs videos very informative, educational, and extremely helpful. So I'm really excited that I get to work with my 4 other castmates. And it's great because they have all different experiences with infertility, whether it be through IVF, unexplained infertility, IUIs, and donor sperm, which would be me. So I think that we have all different types of information that we could provide you and that could be helpful, and I hope that you find this informative and educational. But this video today is going to be about my introduction and a little bit about me. So a little bit about me: I am 25 and my husband is 31. We've been together for almost 8 years and married for almost 7. We got married at a very young age, 18 and 23. And our trying to conceive story is quite the long one, so I'm going to very quickly sum it up into like Cliff Notes kind of thing, and if you want more information on that, then you can head on over to my personal channel and feel free to check that out. But my husband has a condition that's called azoospermia, and what that means is he has no sperm whatsoever. He cannot produce sperm, he could not deliver sperm, just no sperm whatsoever. Azoospermia, I find in the trying to conceive community, there's not very many of us out there, and it's not often heard of. I believe only 10% of the male population deals with some sort of azoospermia, and it's not to be confused with a low sperm count or bad morphology. It really means no sperm whatsoever. So like I said, there's 2 types: production and delivery. Delivery problem would mean like blockages or anything like that, varicose veins, where it would get in the way of releasing the sperm, and the production obviously is producing the sperm if he has any hormonal issues, if there's weight, drinking drugs, alcohol of any sort. But Matthew never had any issues. He doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, he doesn't do drugs of any sort. He did lose 50 pounds because he was a little on the heavier side. So he lost a ton of weight, and that really didn't do anything. He went on testosterone pills or injections. I can't remember which one it was. I think pills. Yes. He also had an ultrasound of the prostate to check for any blockages, which wasn't pleasant for him. Multiple semen analysis. The only one time where Matthew ever showed anything good was 5 sperm, just 5 singular sperm, and they were all dead. Unfortunately, none of them were swimming. So, and since then, Matthew has not produced a single semen analysis with any sperm whatsoever. And he decided to have microtesticular biopsy surgery to determine what was going on and give us an answer. So he did that in August of 2010, and the surgeon told us, unfortunately, that he has the sperm cells to produce sperm, but unfortunately he's not, and nobody really knows why. So that kind of was a huge blow to us. So we started to try to conceive with donor sperm in 2010 at a fertility clinic using IUI. And unfortunately, because we were using donor sperm, like all the legal papers and the buying the vial of sperm and all this stuff, it was about $2,000 for one single IUI with a success rate of 7%. So we decided, we'll try once and then we will go on to IVF, because $2,000 for one cycle with 7% isn't very ideal. So we were given a quote of $7,770 for IVF, which unfortunately we didn't have that money laying around. It sucks because you think about how am I going to finance my car? How am I going to finance my house? But wondering how you're going to finance your pregnancy is not something that ever crosses your mind. It's just not something you really think about. So we didn't have any of that money laying around, and we weren't willing to put ourselves into debt and pay hundreds of dollars every month for something that wasn't a guarantee to us. The success rates were greater, but still it's taking a huge chance, and that's not something that we were willing to do. But what we did decide to do was start a little organization, if you will, called Cupcakes for Infertility. And what we did, it started off really, really small, with me baking in my kitchen these cupcakes that I would sell at our local flea market for $2 a piece. And what it turned into is an amazing thing on my Facebook. We were interviewed for a magazine. We were interviewed by our local newspaper, because we always said that once we got pregnant and had a baby, that we would give back to the community what was given to us. Every $1,000 that we got, we would donate to a couple's fertility clinic or pharmacy to pay for their medication, or basically to use at their discretion, basically to give back. So now we're on the road to doing that. And people go away in the summertime here. There's nothing to do in the city, so they travel, making it really almost impossible for us to raise money. But we did have weddings and birthdays that we did. But we decided to look into another more unconventional treatment called AI. And AI stands for artificial insemination. The difference between IUI and AI is IUI goes up in through the cervix into the uterus and injects washed sperm. AI, if you use washed sperm, you would obviously have to buy it at a fertility clinic, but it goes into a syringe and into your vagina to try to conceive. So we had tried that in 2011 and got one chemical pregnancy, and then decided we would try a new donor. And we just did a cycle 3 weeks ago now, and to my surprise, we got our very first BFP. But unfortunately, it's not going as it should. So we got some bad news at our first appointment, and we were told more or less to prepare ourselves for a loss, because it's not looking good on our part right now. But my husband and I made a pact with one another. It took 7 years almost to get this little miracle, so that we would be thankful and be grateful and enjoy whatever time that we were given with this baby, and then grieve about it should anything happen. But fingers crossed it sticks and things are looking good. But unfortunately, infertility makes me so jaded, I can't even relax and enjoy it. So now that we have covered our trying to conceive story, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about myself. I'm just getting my notes out here. So I do have 2 wonderful fur babies. We have 2 cats and a dog, and excuse me, our cat's name is Andy, our little boy, and our girl cat is Bella, and our boxer is Rocky. So I have a huge, huge passion for music. I find it helps me get through everyday situations, especially with this going on, with not having a very good chance of having a healthy, successful pregnancy. I've really turned to music to get me through. One that I listen to a lot right now is The Fighter by Gym Class Heroes. I think that's more or less about school bullying, but I can flip any song and relate it to my journey that I've gone through or that I'm going through. And it makes me so emotional every time I hear that song. I love all kinds of music. I'm a huge sucker for Frank Sinatra. I love Frank Sinatra. Sorry, my phone. I love Frank Sinatra. And I love country music. I love rap, hip hop, rock music. I am the biggest Nickelback fan ever. I know not a lot of people like that band. I could not tell you. I don't understand why. I'm just going to put my phone on silent here. I don't understand why, but anyways, if I had the money, I would totally follow these guys across Canada anytime, and I'm really, really excited because they're finally coming close enough where I can see them, and yeah, I'm really excited. So, my favorite color is purple. I love purple. I don't know if you can, no you can't. It's got some purple hues to it, my necklace anyways. I love anything to do with the color purple. I have a thing with storm chasing. I love the movie Twister ever since I saw it when I was a little girl. It's something that I've always wanted to do. I'm a huge science nut. Anything to do with weather, I absolutely love. I have a bucket list, and what's on the very top of that bucket list is to go on a tornado chasing tour someday with either Cloud9 tornado chasing or silver lining something. I don't know. I've priced it every year and it is so out of our price range, but I am hoping someday that we get to do that. I love to cook, especially bake, obviously, because we do cupcakes for infertility, but I love to cook. One of my favorite meals is chicken pot pie. It's probably not the healthiest thing in the world, but I love it. My husband likes slow cooker barbecue chicken, so I hope in the future that I get to share some of those recipes with you. I was also adopted when I was 10 days old, and it's kind of funny because my mom and I have the exact same trying to conceive story, except she didn't do AI, she just did IUI about probably over 30 years ago now at the same clinic that I went to, and she had to use donor sperm as well. So she decided to go the adoption route, and I met my birth family when I was 21 years old, and so I was already married at this point. But it was always a dream of mine when I was a little girl to have all my family at my wedding, including my birth family. I've always known that I was adopted, so I was very excited to meet my birth family. So we decided to plan a whole other wedding in 2008. It was a beautiful, beautiful wedding, and my mom, my birth mom and my adoptive mom got to walk me down the aisle, and they both, I'm gonna be emotional, they both gave me away, which was really nice. And the first wedding, I was only 18 years old, so we didn't have a lot of money anyways, so we did not have a professional photographer. We just gave disposable cameras to the guests and took pictures, but I think a lot of them forgot to turn the flash on, so we didn't really have a whole lot of pictures turn out for our first wedding, and we definitely secured the professional photographer this time, and it's really beautiful to see the relationship between my two moms and myself. So yeah, we have 2 weddings, and our other anniversary is July 12th. So that's a little bit about me. I'm looking forward to learning more about the girls that I'm working with and more about you. So until next time, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I'll be happy to answer, and don't forget to subscribe.